If you're thinking about buying your first home in Louisville, there are a few steps to the process that can make or break your experience. And for most first-time buyers, they don't even realize what they are until they're already in the middle of it. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the 10 steps to buying your first home in Louisville so you know exactly what to expect, how the process works, and how to avoid some of the most common mistakes buyers make. And if you're planning to buy a home here in the Louisville area, make sure you download my free relocation and home buyer guide linked in the description below. It's packed with helpful information that will make the entire process a lot easier. I'm Chris Lichtine. I work with a lot of first-time home buyers here in the Louisville area. Helping someone buy their first home is honestly one of the favorite things, the parts of my job. So if you're thinking about becoming a homeowner in Louisville, let's walk through exactly how the process works from start to finish. Let's jump in. Step 1, finding the right agent. The first step is to find the right real estate agent to guide you through the process. Buying a home involves contracts, negotiations, inspections, deadlines, so having someone experienced helping you navigate all of that can make a huge difference. When I work with buyers, my job is to help you understand the market, help you find homes that match your goals and budget, and guide you through each stage of the process so you feel confident in the decisions you're making. A good agent should also be someone you feel comfortable asking questions with. For most first-time buyers, there are a lot of things that are brand new and it's completely normal. Step 2, preparing your finances. Before you start seriously looking at home, it's important to prepare your finances. This means taking a look at your credit score, making sure your income and employment are stable, and starting to save for things like your down payment and closing costs. Many first-time buyers are surprised to learn that there's actually a lot of loan programs available that don't require a huge down payment, so it's worth having a conversation with the lender early on in the process. Another thing I always tell my buyers is to avoid making any large purchases while you're preparing to buy a home. Things like buying a new car, opening a new credit card can sometimes affect your loan approval. Step 3, getting pre-approved. Once your finances are in order, the next step is getting pre-approved by a lender. A pre-approval helps determine how much home you can comfortably afford and gives you a clear price range of what to work within. It also shows sellers that you're a serious buyer who's already taken the steps to secure financing. In fact, in today's market, most sellers won't even consider an offer unless the buyer has been pre-approved. I usually recommend buyers get pre-approved before we start touring homes so that when the right home does come along, we're able to move pretty quickly on it. Step 4, and this is the fun part, okay? The part that everybody looks forward to is actually looking at homes. This is when we start touring properties, exploring different neighborhoods, and narrowing down exactly what you want in a home. One thing I always talk through a little bit with my buyers is separating your needs from your wants. Your needs might be one thing, like number of bedrooms, locations, school districts. Your wants might be things like a big backyard or a finished basement. Very few homes check every single box, but the goal is to find the home that fits your lifestyle and priorities best. And don't worry if you don't find the perfect house immediately. That's completely part of the normal process. Step 5, making an offer. Once you find the home you love, it's time to put your best offer forward. I'm going to help you determine a competitive offer price based on comparable sales in the area, current conditions in the market, and the condition of the home. Your offer will also include things like contingencies, timelines, earnest money. Earnest money is essentially a deposit that shows the seller that you're serious about purchasing the home. Sometimes the seller accepts the offer right away. Other times there may be a little bit of back and forth negotiation before both sides agree on the terms. Once everything's agreed upon, the home officially goes under contract. Step 6, ordering your inspection. After your offer is accepted, the next step is scheduling a home inspection. The inspection is an important step because it gives you a detailed understanding of the home's conditions. Inspectors will look at things like the roof, plumbing, HVAC systems, electrical systems, foundation, and other structural components of the home. No house is perfect, even newer homes. So the goal here isn't necessarily to find a perfect report, it's simply to make sure there aren't any major issues that you weren't aware of before we move forward. Step 7, negotiating our final terms. Once the inspection is complete, we review the report together and decide if there are any items that you want to address with the seller. Sometimes buyers ask for certain repairs to be made before closing. Other times the seller may offer a credit so the buyer can handle the repairs later. Every situation is different, and this is where negotiations can really come into play. My job during this stage is to help guide you through those conversations so you feel comfortable with how things move forward. Step 8, ordering the appraisal. Next, the lender will order an appraisal on the home. The purpose of the appraisal is to confirm that the home is actually worth what you guys have agreed to pay. The lender wants to make sure that the property value supports the loan they're providing. Most of the time, the appraisal comes back right around the purchase price, but if it does come in lower, there are still options and sometimes additional negotiations that can take place between the buyer and the seller. All right, once we've got the appraisal back, it's time to schedule your move. As we get closer to closing day, it's time to start planning moving. This includes scheduling movers, transferring utilities, setting up the internet service, and starting to pack. Shortly before closing, we'll do a final walkthrough of the property. This allows you to confirm that the home is in the same condition it was when you agreed to purchase it and that any agreed upon repairs have been completed. This step ensures everything is ready for closing day. All right, step 10, we're here. We made it to closing day. Okay, we've reached it. This is where all the final paperwork is signed and the purchase officially becomes complete. You'll review and sign your loan documents, finalize financial details, and once everything is recorded with the county, you'll officially receive the keys to your new home. It's really exciting moment and the day that you've officially become a homeowner. Buying your first home can feel like a big process, but when you break it down step by step, it becomes much more manageable. If you're thinking about buying a home here in Louisville, I'd love to help guide you through the process and answer any questions that you may have. Feel free to reach out anytime, and if you found this video helpful, make sure to like and subscribe for more videos about buying, selling, and living in Louisville, Kentucky.